Every technological revolution has depended on one hidden resource: energy. The Industrial Revolution was powered by coal and oil. The Internet Revolution was powered by computers and global networks. And now, the artificial intelligence revolution is facing a new challenge: electricity. When people talk about artificial intelligence, they usually focus on algorithms, better models, more data, more powerful chips. But behind every AI model, there is a physical system running in the background: data centers, servers, cooling systems, and massive amounts of electricity. A modern AI data center is no longer just a building full of computers. It is an energy-consuming industrial facility. For example, a large AI data center with a power capacity of 100 megawatts uses around 100,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity every hour. In 24 hours, that is approximately 2.4 million kilowatt-hours. And this is only the computing equipment. Artificial intelligence generates enormous amounts of heat. So additional energy is required for cooling systems, liquid cooling, network equipment, and infrastructure losses. The real daily consumption can reach 3 to 5 million kilowatt-hours. That is comparable to the daily household electricity usage of a city with more than 100,000 people. But the energy demand is not only coming from giant data centers. Even a simple conversation with an AI model has an energy cost. Every question you ask requires thousands of processors working behind the scenes. A single generative AI response may consume only a few watt-hours of electricity, small enough to feel insignificant. But when millions of people use AI every day, that small amount becomes a massive energy demand. This changes the nature of the competition. The AI race is not only about who builds the smartest model. It is about who has enough computing power and enough energy to run that intelligence. This is why energy has become one of the most important strategic resources of the future. And this is where Elon Musk's companies become connected. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, XAI. They appear to be building different technologies. But underneath them, there is one common requirement: energy. The question is not only, how do we create smarter machines? The deeper question is, how do we power the civilization those machines will create? When people hear the name Tesla, they usually think about one thing: electric cars. But Tesla's long-term vision has always been much bigger than transportation. The company is trying to build a complete energy ecosystem. Because electric vehicles create a fundamental question: where does all that electricity come from? Traditional energy systems follow a simple model. Large power plants generate electricity. The grid distributes it, and consumers use it. Tesla is exploring a different model. Instead of relying only on centralized energy production, individual homes and businesses can become part of the energy network. The first layer is energy generation. Solar power. Through products like Solar Roof, Tesla is exploring a future where buildings can generate their own electricity. But producing electricity is only part of the challenge. The biggest problem with renewable energy is timing. The sun produces energy during the day. But people often need more electricity at night. This is why energy storage becomes critical. Tesla's Powerwall brings this idea into homes. Solar energy can be stored during the day and used when electricity demand is higher. But the larger opportunity is not only individual homes. It is the entire energy network. Tesla's Megapack systems are designed for large-scale energy storage. They can support factories, utilities, and large energy users. This becomes increasingly important in an AI-driven world. Because AI data centers do not only need powerful computers. They need reliable electricity 24 hours a day. The future energy challenge is not only creating more electricity. It is creating a system that can store, manage, and deliver electricity whenever it is needed. This is where Tesla's role becomes different from a traditional car company. Tesla is not just building vehicles powered by electricity. It is building infrastructure for a world that will consume far more electricity. And this energy system may eventually support the next generation of AI, robotics, and autonomous machines. Tesla's energy strategy becomes more important because the world is entering a new technological era, the AI era. When people think about artificial intelligence, they usually think about software, large language models, algorithms, machine learning. But artificial intelligence is not only digital. It has a massive physical foundation. Behind every AI model, there are thousands of computers working together. Powerful chips, data centers, cooling systems, and electricity. This changes the nature of technological competition. The question is no longer only, who has the best AI model? The new question is, who has enough computing power and enough energy to run that intelligence? A traditional software company can scale by adding more servers. But AI requires a completely different level of infrastructure. Modern AI data centers can consume hundreds of megawatts of electricity. A 100 megawatt AI facility uses around 100,000 kilowatt hours every hour. Over one day. That is approximately 2.4 million kilowatt hours. And this is before considering cooling systems, network infrastructure, and energy losses. The actual consumption can reach several million kilowatt hours every day. Enough electricity to power an entire city. But the challenge is not only the size of one data center. It is the scale of global demand. Millions of people are beginning to use AI every day. Every question, every image, every AI-generated response requires computing power. A single AI conversation may consume only a small amount of electricity, comparable to keeping a small LED light on for several minutes. But multiplied by hundreds of millions of interactions, the energy demand becomes enormous. This is why electricity is becoming a strategic resource for artificial intelligence. Companies competing in AI are now competing for more than talent and technology. They need chips, data centers, and reliable energy. In the Industrial Revolution, energy-powered machines. In the AI revolution, energy powers intelligence. And this is where Elon Musk's companies become connected. Tesla is building energy systems. xAI is building artificial intelligence. And both depend on the same foundation: power. The connection between artificial intelligence and energy became even clearer when Elon Musk created xAI. At first glance, xAI looks like another artificial intelligence company. It develops AI models. It competes with companies like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft. But building advanced AI requires something much bigger than software. It requires infrastructure. The foundation of modern AI is a massive computing system. Thousands of GPUs working together. High-speed networks. Advanced cooling systems. And above all, a stable supply of electricity. This is why AI companies are becoming more like industrial companies. They are no longer only building software. They are building factories for intelligence. A traditional factory produces cars, machines, or physical products. An AI data center produces something different: intelligence. But intelligence also requires energy. This creates a new relationship between AI and electricity. The more powerful the AI model becomes, the more computing power it requires. The more computing power it requires, the more electricity it consumes. AI growth creates an energy challenge. This is where Tesla's energy strategy becomes interesting. Tesla develops batteries. Tesla develops energy storage systems. And xAI requires exactly the type of reliable energy infrastructure that these technologies support. The future connection could look like this: energy, powering data centers, running AI models, controlling robots, creating economic value. This is why energy may become the hidden foundation of the AI economy. And this also explains why Elon Musk's companies are connected in a much deeper way. Tesla provides energy technology. xAI creates artificial intelligence. The combination creates a possible foundation for future autonomous systems. Energy, AI, and machines. Three systems becoming increasingly connected. So far, we have looked at energy on Earth. Tesla is exploring how to generate, store, and manage electricity. AI companies are competing for the energy needed to power intelligence. But SpaceX introduces a much bigger challenge: energy beyond Earth. Today, human civilization depends on a massive energy infrastructure. Power plants, electric grids, fuel transportation systems. Almost everything we do is connected to Earth's energy network. But a civilization beyond Earth cannot rely on that system. A future Mars settlement would not have access to Earth's power grid. There would be no nearby power plants, no traditional fuel infrastructure, no simple way to send unlimited energy from Earth. This creates a fundamental requirement. A space civilization needs its own energy system. Solar energy would likely become one of the most important resources. The sun provides enormous amounts of energy throughout the solar system. But producing energy is only the first step. Energy must also be stored and managed. Because a human settlement cannot stop operating when sunlight disappears. Life support systems, communication networks, robots, scientific equipment. Everything depends on continuous power. This is why energy becomes a civilization-level problem. Rocket technology can bring humans to another planet. But energy systems allow them to stay there. For SpaceX, the ultimate goal is not only transportation. It is creating the infrastructure required for a multiplanetary civilization. And every civilization requires the same foundation: energy. This connects SpaceX with Tesla in an unexpected way. Tesla is solving energy challenges on Earth. SpaceX is preparing for energy challenges beyond Earth. Different planets, different environments, different technologies, but the same fundamental requirement: power. So far, we have looked at energy from the perspective of machines. Tesla uses energy to power vehicles and intelligent systems. SpaceX needs energy to expand civilization beyond Earth. But the future is not only about machines. It is also about intelligence. This is where Neuralink enters the picture. Neuralink is developing a connection between the human brain and computers. The goal is to create a new interface between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. At first glance, Neuralink may seem unrelated to energy. A brain-computer interface is a small device. It does not consume energy on the same scale as a factory or a data center. But the intelligence behind it depends on something much larger: artificial intelligence infrastructure. Future brain-computer systems may connect humans with advanced AI models. And those AI models require enormous computing power. Which means more chips, more data centers, more electricity. The connection can be represented like this: human brain, Neuralink interface, artificial intelligence, computing infrastructure, energy. The future of intelligence is not only about creating smarter algorithms. It is about building the physical systems that allow intelligence to exist. This is why Neuralink belongs in the same larger picture. Tesla focuses on intelligent machines. SpaceX focuses on expanding human presence. Neuralink focuses on expanding human intelligence. But all of them depend on the same foundation: energy. So far, we have explored how future civilization could be powered. Energy provides the foundation. Artificial intelligence provides intelligence. Robotics creates physical production. But another question remains: how does this future economy store value? Throughout history, every civilization has needed a system to measure and preserve value. Gold, currencies, financial institutions. But the economy of the future may become increasingly digital. More software, more artificial intelligence, more autonomous machines, more global networks. A digital economy may require a different type of value system. This is where Bitcoin becomes part of the conversation. Bitcoin is not only about payments. It represents an experiment. Can a decentralized digital asset store value without depending on a traditional institution? From Tesla's perspective, Bitcoin can be viewed as an alternative asset. A small allocation outside traditional financial assets. A way to maintain exposure to a different monetary system. From a broader civilization perspective, the question becomes much larger. If production becomes increasingly automated, and economic activity becomes increasingly digital, what type of asset can preserve value in that environment? Bitcoin may or may not become the money of the future. That remains uncertain. But it has created one of the biggest experiments in financial history. A digital system designed to store value in a digital world. This creates another connection in the future civilization model. Energy creates the ability to operate. AI creates intelligence. Robots create economic output. Bitcoin attempts to preserve the value created by that economy. It is not the conclusion of the future financial system. It is an experiment about what that system could become. Looking at Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, XAI, and Bitcoin separately, they appear to be completely different ideas. Electric vehicles, rockets, brain-computer interfaces, artificial intelligence, digital assets. But when we look at them together, a different pattern appears. They represent different layers of a possible future civilization. The first layer is energy, the foundation of everything. Without energy, there is no artificial intelligence, no robots, no space exploration. Energy allows every other system to operate. The second layer is production. Tesla. Through electric vehicles, robotics, and autonomous systems, Tesla represents a future where intelligent machines create economic value. The third layer is expansion. SpaceX. It represents humanity's ability to extend beyond Earth. The fourth layer is intelligence. Neuralink and artificial intelligence. They explore how humans and machines may interact in the future. And the final layer is value. Bitcoin. A possible digital system for storing value in an increasingly digital economy. Together, these layers create a possible future system. Energy provides the foundation. AI provides intelligence. Robots transform intelligence into physical action. Companies create economic value. And Bitcoin represents one possible way to preserve that value. Of course, the future is still uncertain. Bitcoin may not become the final financial system. Neuralink may evolve differently than expected. SpaceX still faces enormous challenges. But one idea remains clear. Future civilizations are not built by one invention. They are built by systems working together. Energy, intelligence, production, expansion, and value. This may be the architecture of the next civilization.